which prosecutors say caused panic within the Trump campaign. 2 weeks later, Stormy Daniels was paid $130,000 by Trump's attorney, Michael Cohen. Karen McDougal is an ex-Playboy model and says she had an affair with Donald Trump. They allegedly met in 2006 at the Playboy Mansion, and she says they dated for nearly a year. Donald Trump denies they had a relationship. In 2016, when Donald Trump received a Republican nomination, McDougal's story leaked. AMI, the owner of the National Enquirer, offered her $150,000.
They wanted to squash the story.
Michael Cohen says he orchestrated the deal for AMI to buy McDougal's story, but never publish it to help Trump in the 2016 election. Allegations Trump denies. Alan Weisselberg was the Trump Organization's chief financial officer. He was mentioned several times in Michael Cohen's reporting as being a part of the hush money plot.
And I've spoken to Alan Weisselberg about how to set the whole thing up.
In July of 2021, Alan Weisselberg and the Trump Corporation were indicted for scheming to defraud tax authorities at the federal, state, and local level. He was sentenced to 5 months in prison, agreed to plead guilty and be a witness against the Trump Organization.
They're looking to squeeze him again, still to possibly get to Donald Trump.
On March 4th, 2024, Alan Weisselberg pled guilty to perjury and lying under oath in the Trump civil fraud case, a deal that sends him back to prison but does not require him to testify in the hush money case. He's not been charged in that case. He's currently serving 5 months in prison. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg and his team are the prosecutors in the trial. Bragg is a Harvard-educated Democrat and former Assistant Attorney General of New York. On December 6, 2022, DA Bragg secured the conviction of the Trump Corporation and the Payroll Corporation for conspiracy, criminal tax fraud, and falsifying business records.
The focus in the last 24 hours has been almost exclusively on Trump.
Then on March 30th, 2023, Donald Trump was indicted by DA Alvin Bragg in a Manhattan court. Days later, he was arraigned.
So now you know the players. We're going to break down what we can expect when they take the stand. My legal panel, Charles Coleman, Craft and Christian. Join me next with their thoughts on how this high-stakes trial could actually play out. We'll be right back.
This is an important notice to consumers facing $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, and other unsecured debt. If you're struggling to make monthly payments, there are special services that can significantly reduce what you pay each month by 40% or more. If you qualify, you could save hundreds of dollars each month. Most people don't know that these services are available right now to help American consumers with overwhelming credit card debt get significant savings and immediate financial relief without filing bankruptcy. Accredited Debt Relief has established a special hotline for you to call and learn what savings you may qualify for. They help consumers pay off over $1 billion in debt and are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. So don't wait. Get the relief you need during these hard economic times.
For this free information, call the Accredited Debt Relief Hotline now. Call 800-339-3838. 800-339-3838. That's 800-339-3838. Program and services not available in all states.
CDLA truck drivers live better with Walmart. We are adding passionate and professional CDLA truck drivers to our elite team now. Join Walmart's privately owned fleet for company stability, unmatched career growth, competitive pay, and more. Our drivers enjoy unique advantages, including day one benefits, compensation beyond your earnings, generous PTO, and a positive professional work culture geared toward your growth and success. We've offered CDLA truck drivers stability and job security for over 50 years. Walmart is proud to deliver the best jobs and rewards in the industry. Connect with Walmart today at drive4walmart.com. That's drive4walmart.com to learn more. tipped in your favor. Call 800-200-1390. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-200-1390. 800-200-1390 or biglou.com.
If you're a business owner with salespeople, how in the world could you say no to this offer? To have 20% of your salespeople close 80% of the business. 80% of all sales are closed after the 5th attempt, and 83% of all salespeople don't even ask for the sale once. Did you know that 90% of all salespeople have never even read one sales book? How many sales are being lost each month simply because your salespeople are not professionally trained how to sell? Hi, this is the world's top sales trainer, Jason Evans. I'm going to give you a free 45-minute video of pure sales training techniques that will increase your company's sales within days, guaranteed. This could double, even triple your company's sales. This video is closing, handling objections, and more. Just call us and leave us a voicemail, your email address, and we'll send you this amazing video for free. Call 800-500-8320. This is how to close from A to Z for any product or service, regardless of industry, whether you sell face-to-face or over the phone. Call 800-500-8320. That's 800-500-8320. Paid for by Power Sales University.
Power. Comfort.
The all-new 2024 Squares. The patented toe box helps give you more balance, stability and energy transfer, giving you better performance. And these great-looking new Squares are lighter and more comfortable. To find out more, go to squares.com now. Squares, the best golf shoes I've ever worn.
So the Wall Street Journal's headline today may have summed it up best. Quote, Trump tried everything to avoid a criminal trial. The day has arrived. I want to bring in MSNBC legal analyst and former prosecutor Charles Coleman Jr. He's the host of the Charles Coleman podcast, and MSNBC legal analyst Catherine Christian. She served as assistant district attorney in the Manhattan DA's office. Welcome to both guys. Catherine, start us off, if you will. If we think back to the Trump civil fraud trial, throughout this trial, the former president, along with his attorneys, continued to try and delay it. And it did not work. The delay tactics happened throughout. Are we expecting the same thing here, considering possible key witnesses, not back to back though. I first want to play some sound of the former president last night at a rally, who has said he could potentially testify in